I got to turn
Am I supposed
next
to
year.
leave studio?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Varsity Aces Live. I'm your host, Greg Matora for NorthJersey.com and The Record. Tonight's topic, early signing day for football, day one of the three-day early signing period. We have several esteemed guests, as well as my usual terrific co-host. So let's bring them right in. Please say hello to my partner in crime, fellow longtime writer, Paul Schwartz. Paul, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am not too bad here. I'm not looking forward to shoveling after the show is over, though. And then we have three high school standouts. First off, we have an Ivy League signee from Don Bosco Prep. Please say hello to offensive lineman Mike Entwistle. Mike, how are you?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Again, not looking forward to shoveling. And then we have two gentlemen who have been on the show before, the Dwight Morrow tandem. First, he has signed with Virginia Tech. Please say hello to Jalen Hoyle. Jalen, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. And then secondly, also someone who is going to a terrific academic school, and he's going to major in marketing. Please say hello to Veron Garrison. Veron, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm glad to be on the show.
It's a pleasure to have you three. Mike, let's start with you. What's going through your mind signing with Harvard, ranked number 2 in the U.S. News and World Report for best colleges in the United States?
I mean, it's a terrific opportunity to be a part of Harvard. The education speaks for itself, and being able to join the football team is an opportunity that I'm ready to take advantage of.
And Veron, Georgetown also, I think, ranked 25th in that same U.S. News and World Report. What's going through your mind? What's going through your family's mind as you're signing that letter earlier today to go to Georgetown?
I'm just very blessed to be able to play at the next level and play at a great school such like Georgetown. And I'm really excited, and I can't wait to get on the field and show out.
And Jalen, over to you. Virginia Tech plays in the big-time Atlantic Coast Conference. What's going through your mind? What's going through your family's mind as you signed this morning?
I'm just happy that the recruitment process is all over, and I'm just ready to get in there, and I'm just grateful to have the opportunity just to even be able to play there.
Yeah, for all three of you, for Mike, and for maybe for Veron. I don't know. Veron, did Georgetown play this year?
No, they're playing in the spring as of right now.
Okay, and at Harvard, same thing happened with them, that they have not played in the fall. And so when you go back there, I don't know if the plan is to both of them to play in the spring, but clearly if they do, when you come in the fall, you'll probably both of you be asked to play a larger role than freshmen would, because they're going to have such a short down period before they turn around to play again in the fall. Mike, for you, have they talked to you about that? And are you ready to get right into the swing as soon as you get down there?
Yeah, as soon as I get down there, I'm ready to prove myself as someone who's ready to start and ready to play right away. There's been conversations about whether or not it's going to be freshman year or later down the line, but that's something that's not going to be decided until I get on the field. So I'm ready to prove it.
And let me stay with you for a second. Your recruiting process obviously is different, Ivy League. What made you choose Harvard? I mean, obviously it's a great school, but I'm sure you were also recruited by other tremendous schools and maybe some what we would call normal scholarship schools. What other schools were in your mix, and what made you choose Harvard?
I had a lot of opportunities outside the Ivy League, but when it came down to choosing, a lot of the decision process came to the Ivy League. What made Harvard stand out was the coaching staff, how open and free they were with me during the recruitment process. The city of Boston seemed like a great place for me, and I fell in love with it as soon as I got on campus. And then, again, the academic and athletic success that I can have there speaks for itself.
Jalen, you've got a different streak to start again next year. I don't know if you saw, but Virginia Tech, for the first time in 28 years, has chosen not to pursue a bowl game this year. Obviously, that's going to make next year's team even more eager to get back to start a new streak. What was the process like for you, and why Virginia Tech?
The process for me was like, it was a little weird for me because early on, not a lot of schools really talking to me, but Virginia Tech was talking to me the whole way through and kept talking to me. So when other schools came, I was interested and I was listening to everybody, but everybody just wasn't standing out how Virginia Tech stood out. They were very like family oriented, so like that stood out to me a lot. And then I committed so early, so like other schools were like really just like they were big on me, but they were really just trying to get me to flip, but they weren't saying the right things that me and my family wanted to hear. And Virginia Tech just did everything right since day one. So I just loved it there.
And obviously, Varon, you're somewhat in between because you committed to Georgetown. You've signed with Georgetown. It's a wonderful school. You had other opportunities, but you also could have had an opportunity to throw the shot put and the discus in college because you set a school record last year in the shot put. What went into your decision to go to Georgetown and to play football there?
Georgetown, it came down to the recruitment process. Georgetown, they gave me. I realized that they can give me the best opportunities on and off the field. While when it comes to the skills in life, everything has been great with them, and they have proven to me, and the coaches and the staff and everything, they've shown me what how family oriented they are because of the energetic atmosphere, and they made me feel like home. Other schools weren't really pursuing me and wanting to talk to me that much. It was just like, oh, you got to offer and continue. When it came to Georgetown, they were always talking to me, even other players that were already there. So when it came down to it, Georgetown just had a better program, and it made me feel more family, more home.
Gentlemen, this question to all three of you: how much of a relief is it, if relief is even the right word, that you have chosen your colleges in the face of the pandemic as we're heading into the winter time here, and the virus numbers are going up? Mike, can we start with you, please?
I'm happy to settle into one college and be able to say that I've found my home and decided where I'm going to be next year. I wouldn't call it a relief. I never felt unconfident with the recruitment process or my ability to play at the next level. So, but I am excited that I have found my home.
Varon, then what would be the right word for you to describe making an early signing here again in the face of rising numbers of the pandemic?
Well, I'm honored and blessed to be able to sign and be able to go to a school with a tremendous education and to play at the next level. So for me, I just think that it's like really a blessing to be able to play and just have this opportunity.
Jalen, same question over to you. What would be the word to describe you making your choice in the early signing period up against the pandemic?
I would say that I'm blessed just to be able to sign like Ron said, but it kind of is a relief too, just to know that my parents won't have to have that burden on them to pay for college. We won't have to worry about that, and just knowing I could get an education and become a man at the same time and play the sport that I love. So just like all the package of one. So I'm beyond blessed.
Now, Varon, let me start this round with you. What was it like finally getting on the field this year? There was obviously it was delayed. There was lots of talk that we might not have a season. You lost last spring, obviously. What was it like when you got on the field, and what was the season like once you were able to start to play?
I was we were able to get on the field. It was a tremendous excitement for me. It was the season was kind of different since we didn't have a summer camp and everything like that, and we weren't able to use the weight room, and so the season wasn't as long. But I didn't take advantage of it. like I got to work, and I was really happy. So I'm just really happy that I was able to play, and it was really fun. Even though we only played our 6 games instead of the usual 9 or 10 maybe, but I didn't take advantage of it, and it was really good.
And Jalen, your dad, of course, is the head coach at Dwight Morrow. So he had as much angst about playing as you did, if not more so, because he had the entire team to worry about, not just his son. But what was it like during the summer and in the house? He obviously had been involved in the Coaches Association of Football Coaches. What was it like, the process, and how did it feel once you were able to get out on the field again?
I felt good during the summer. You probably like me personally. I just felt like I was working out, but I didn't really know if I was working out to have a season or if I was working out to get ready for college. But just knowing that I was working out and for us to have a season, it was just great. Just to ball one more time in my hometown and with people like Varon I've been playing with since I was probably like 6, 7 years old. And just to get the opportunity to play one last time, it was definitely grateful. I was grateful for it.
And Mike, am I right? Did Coach Sabella take over this year?
He took over last year.
Last year. So again, last year's season wasn't what Don Bosco wanted. Now you have one last season, but you don't know whether you're going to have it. You also said that the season was a little disjointed once you got into it. What was the whole football season this fall like for you, and what will you take from this year's season?
First and foremost, what I'm taking from this season is that the saying that you never know if it's going to be your last day on the field. So play as hard as you can. I'm taking that's very true, and you never know when it's going to be your last day. So I'm taking that with me to the next level. Every day we didn't know if the season was going to be over. We didn't know if we were going to get shut down or not. So just being there every day and working hard was great.
And let me follow one quick question to you, Mike. Your last game turned out to be quite a game, correct?
Yeah, it was a great game. Getting to beat Bergen Catholic on their home field is always fun.
And the last play of the game, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's quite a high school memory to go into the next level with.
Absolutely.
Greg?
Well, I'd like to follow up. You kind of borrowed my question there with Jalen and Varon, and that is, what did you learn in the 6 games that you played for Dwight Morrow this season that you can bring with you into the college experience? Jalen, can we start with you, please?
Just take advantage of every opportunity you get when you go out there on that field. Like Mike said, it could be your last play. It could be your last time ever getting on that field. So just knowing that it wasn't for granted and we didn't know if we was going to get shut down this week or the week after, just going out there and just playing my hardest every time. I really gained that from this year.
And Varon, what lesson did you learn from this season that you'll be able to bring with you to Georgetown? I
learned to just have fun and enjoy every single moment that you have with your teammates, with your coaches. You don't know when it's going to end, and you don't know what can happen. So I just learned to have fun and enjoy every single moment of playing the game.
Guys, do you have any questions you'd want to ask of each other, the players? I know Varon and Jalen, you've known each other a long time. Mike, you're new to them. Do you have any questions you'd want to ask each other about this year, about the recruiting experience?
Mike, who's the hardest person you had to block?
I think the hardest person I ever played against was Amin Vanover, who's up at Penn State now. I played against him last year when I was at Prams Catholic. I'm not going to say it was a impossible game to play or anything like that, but it was a really good challenge.
Varon, you want to ask Jalen about a hole you opened for him and he didn't get through it enough, or you want to ask him about a play where the two of you were on defense and stifled somebody? What do you think?
Me and Jalen have been playing together for so long. It's just I know so much about him. We've been playing together for the past 10 years.
10 years.
Maybe longer.
What's probably your favorite football season with us? What year? From the C team all the way up to high school? I like 8th grade.
Yeah, 8th grade or freshman year. Even though we lost,
Yeah,
even though we lost in the playoffs.
freshman year. Yeah.
What was so special about that year, Jalen?
8th grade was just like, it was just our last time. It wasn't our last time playing at home, but it was our last time where like things didn't really matter. Like we could just really go out and just have fun. You didn't really have to study a playbook. You could just go to school and just come to practice stuff, and literally just like it was just so much fun. And like we won the championship that year. Like it was just a good year. And then our freshman year, me and Veron got to play with our older brothers. So like to me, that was like big. So like our older brothers were like the man on the team, and me and Veron just came in and just had to play our part. So we didn't really have a leadership role. It was more for us to like take the back seat and just follow our older brothers and let them lead the way. So like me personally, I learned a lot that year, and like that really helps my success today. So like that year was a good year too.
Mike, a quick question for you: when you sign with an Ivy League school, it's not like most of the other kids sign. Do you want to talk about that? Also, I want to mention Bosco has another Ivy League signee as well as a Johns Hopkins and a Bucknell. If you had a Knowledge Bowl, Bosco would probably do pretty well in it. But talk about the Ivy League experience of signing.
You know, with the Ivy League, it's not as set in stone. You know, there's always the opportunity to choose another school because there's no athletic scholarship that's given. But for me, that doesn't make a difference. I chose Harvard, and that's the spot I'm going to end up at next year. So for me, really, there is no difference between signing with an Ivy League or signing with any other school in the country.
Okay, and I want to follow up with you on that, and that is, you said you're interested in majoring in business management. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And don't call me sir. I'm not young. I'm too young to be called sir. Let's make that clear to any other guests who will be coming on the show. Being around young people keeps me young. I'm not a sir. But why that as your major? And gentlemen, you think about this question also, because I'll be coming over you. Why that as a major? What do you hope to accomplish through that major? And then also, what do you hope to accomplish on the football field in the coming years?
Choosing that major came down to just being able to be around it. My cousin graduated Cornell, and he's in business right now. So that aspect of life has always kind of interested me. I hope to, achieve a great job that I enjoy working at and set myself up for my future. And on the football field, I just want to reach, the highest stage I can get to. If that's winning an Ivy League championship, that's what I want to do.
Veron, over to you. You have picked marketing as your major. Why that? What do you hope to accomplish with that? And what do you hope to accomplish on the football field at Georgetown?
Well, when it comes to marketing, I want to be a sports marketing manager. And I've been fascinated by sports my whole life. I've been playing football since I was 5. I've been throwing shot puts since I was 11. So sports has always been a part of my life. Like I've only, the longest break I probably had in between sports is probably 2 or 3 weeks. So like sports has always been a part of my life. And then when it comes to the marketing side of it, getting the brand's image out there and branding and promoting it has always been like really interesting to me. And it's just something that I realized that I want to do.
And Jalen, over to you. I believe you said sports management. Is that correct?
Yeah,
what do you hope to accomplish there? And then what do you hope to accomplish on the field at Virginia Tech?
I hope to accomplish sports management, just becoming a sports agent or like a sports analyst. That's what I really want to do. And then on the field, I just want to, me personally, my goal is going in freshman year, just be hungry and stay hungry and like never get distracted from the main goal and just have fun. Don't take it too serious. Like just have fun and don't ever lose like passion in playing football.
Now, guys, don't take this the wrong way, but there's a perception over the years that Don Bosco is football royalty in North Jersey, and Dwight Morrow is sort of trying to work its way back. How do you guys see that perception, and what do you think that your accomplishments have done to either keep the perception going in Mike's case or to raise the perception in Jalen and Veron's case? Let me ask Veron first.
Well, me as I just want to feel like that it shows that you don't have to go to a private school or a Catholic school or whatever to get noticed by schools. Schools are going to find you wherever you go as long as your grades are good and you show out in the field. Schools will find you. So and it's great to be able to play for my hometown and to just put on a show and represent. So I think what me and Jalen have shown was Dwight Morrow has had a lot of athletes for years. We've had a lot of people go to the next level. So I think what we've shown is that you don't have to go to a school or a Catholic school to get shown out and go and play at the next level.
And Jalen, do you want to add to that? Obviously, your dad has played a large part in bringing Dwight Morrow back to prominence, and hopefully he'll continue to do that. He works very, very hard. I know that. He certainly promotes all of his athletes as well. What does that do to the perception of Dwight Morrow football going forward?
I guess my dad got the job, head coaching job. He personally told me like he promised he was gonna make sure like we all got into school, like the whole group that I came in with my freshman year, that we were gonna go to school, and he's been holding that promise the whole way through. And just you don't like how Veron said, you don't have to go Catholic just to go D1 or go to a college that you would like to go to. Because, for example, Juwan Winfrey, he's in the NFL right now, just got activated, and he went to the same high school I went to, worked out with the same coaches I worked out with. So it's really nothing to it. Because when we go to camps and we see people from Bosco, Bergen Catholic, Praise Catholic, you can never say that we lack an athletic ability. You can never say that like we couldn't like hang in the game or like hang in there with them. So it really doesn't matter. It's really just up to your choice. But to young kids in Inglewood, it's good to stay home and make it out of your hometown rather than go to somewhere else.
Now, and Mike, turning to you, obviously you're in a program that has a pedigree over the last 25 or 30 years. Clearly, with your talents and size and your brains, you could have succeeded everywhere. What was it like going to a program that had come off a rare off year and helping them reassert themselves in their reputation in their community?
Yeah, I think as a program, we appreciate the idea that we're some kind of pedigree or powerhouse team, but we keep the mentality that we need to come out and prove it every single year. You can tell when you see how we work out and the way we run and the way we condition that every year needs to be a year to prove it and a year as a statement year. So I don't think we're any different than anybody else. I think we're coming out and working as hard as possible to achieve what people, how people perceive us. And coming off last year, I wasn't a part of the team, but losing in the state championship is never easy. So we came back with a chip on our shoulder and tried to come out and prove a lot of people wrong about what they thought we were and how they thought we were a, 2-star system. We had 2 great running backs and that's all we were. But we proved this year that we're a lot more than that.
My last question to each of the three of you is if you have any advice for your fellow seniors or even for juniors as they move forward through the process and try to decide where it is that they want to go to college, what advice would you give them? Jalen, may we start with you, please?
That don't go to a school just because a coach promised you're going to play early or like he's going to do this and that for you, because at any given time, he could just up and leave and go to a different school. So don't ever go to a school because of the coach. Go there because you like the area, you like the students there, and you like living there, because you do have to live there. There is life outside of football, and there are classrooms and things you have to do besides just football there. Football is a small portion of your day. So just fall in love with the area and not the like coaches or like perks that they're going to give you.
Veron, over to you. Same question.
Advice I would to give is that just to make sure you're going to the school like because you like the school, not just, as Jalen said, not just because of football. Because let's say, God forbid, if you were to get hurt or anything, now you need to rely on the school and rely on your education wise. So not just to go to the school because of the football or athletics, just academics is very important because you never know what can happen. So just go to the school because of what you choose, not because of just athletics.
Mike, same question over to you. Advice.
To the juniors, I'd say enjoy the process because it's gotten like that. Keep your head down, keep grinding, just do what you got to do to get to the next level, but make sure you enjoy it the whole way through. To the seniors, a lot of what what the other two guys just said, just find a school that you love, find the place where it's going to be home, no matter how long it takes. It could take months, it could take, it could be your first offer, but whatever it is, find home.
Paul, final thoughts?
Well, it's amazing listening to the three of them give that advice. I've been doing this a long time, and the only piece of advice I've ever given to an athlete is the same to every athlete in every sport. Pick a school where if God forbid you couldn't play the sport, you'd still be happy. And I've never given that advice to these three guys, and to hear it come right back makes me proud. It makes me happy. It makes me certain that they're all going to succeed in college and in life. And it's been fun to talk to them.
All right. Well, I think that about does it. I do want to say congratulations to all five of us for staying connected. My biggest fear was that the snow was going to knock out the power in my house or someone else's house, so I'm grateful for that. My co-host, Paul Schwartz, thank you very much. My guests, again, Mike Entwistle of Don Bosco Prep going to Harvard. Veron Garrison of Dwight Morrill going to Georgetown. Jalen Hoyle, also of Dwight Morrill, going to Virginia Tech. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I'm allowed to say gentlemen, but not sir. And that pretty much does it. This has been Varsity Aces Live. Again, I'm Greg Mator for NorthJersey.com and The Record. Stay strong, New Jersey. Now we head towards the winter season. Be well.